Hey everyone, Andrew back again and welcome to another video, and today I'm here to do a contest entry for Horrific Nightmares JM Jason. Jason, I wanted to congratulate you on 900 subscribers and all the best on your road to 1k, which I'm sure you'll certainly get to very soon. You should be there already. Your channel is absolutely fantastic, and as countless people have already mentioned time and time again, you are pretty much the nicest person within the horror community. So yeah, I wish you and your channel all the best in your road to 1k. So I definitely wanted to enter the contest to show you some support, my friend. So we're just going to get straight into it. Two simple questions. Question number one is basically, how do you feel with the zombie genre? Do you think the zombie genre is oversaturated? If you'd asked me this question 2 or 3 years ago, I would have definitely said yes. However, I definitely have felt there's been a little bit of a decline in zombie themed movies, especially in the past couple of years. There hasn't really been too many. But yeah, if you'd asked me this 2 to 3 years ago, I definitely would have said, yep, that the genre is pretty oversaturated. I myself happen to love zombie films. It's probably my third favourite horror genre. I'm a big fan of zombies. I think the concept's pretty awesome, and I just love seeing what people come up with in terms of a zombie film. I'd like to add though, I definitely think coming up with a original or unique concept within a zombie genre is pretty difficult. It's probably the most difficult to come up with something original within the zombie genre out of any horror genre, in my opinion, because pretty much everything has been done before and there's only so much you can really do with a zombie film. I think the best way to make a zombie film nowadays is to come up with a original setting, and I would like to give a few different examples of some really cool modern zombie films that I've seen, Jason. So if you haven't seen any of these, definitely check them out. So the first one we have here is Cockneys vs Zombies, and this one's hilarious. It's nothing new in terms of the zombie genre. However, I love the characters within this movie because it's all sort of centered around a old people's home, which I think is a really awesome concept for a zombie themed movie, and it's really funny. So that's Cockneys vs Zombies. The next one we have here was another really good one, especially in terms of location, The Dead. This is an independent zombie film, so this one kind of ties into your second question as well. But I love the setting in this one. It's set in Africa, and it sort of is a throwback to the more slow-moving, traditional style zombies, and this one's really good. The other one that I thought was a pretty awesome concept is Dead Snow, Nazi zombies set in the snow, which is really awesome. This one's really good. Next up we have an Australian zombie film, and this one is awesome. It's Wormwood. This is really high action, really fast paced, and it's got a pretty interesting concept because it kind of has doctors doing these experiments as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this one is just completely batshit crazy. Really gory, fun characters, so that's Wormwood. The next one is probably the best one that I've seen recently in terms of a setting, and this is what I'm talking about with the zombie genre sort of needing to change things up a little bit in terms of setting. Train to Busan. This one is phenomenal, and as you can tell from the title, it's all set aboard a train. Great location, a very confined area for a zombie outbreak, and this one works really well. Also absolutely fantastic characters in this one too. And the last one is another Australian zombie themed movie from last year that I definitely don't think has got enough attention, and that is Cargo. Now this one is really nothing new in terms of the whole zombie concept, but in terms of the storyline I really enjoyed this one because it incorporates Aboriginal culture within the story. Aboriginals are the native people of Australia. So this one is fantastic, and this one's sort of more of a kind of slow moving traditional style zombie film as well, with, as I said, a really good Aboriginal storyline incorporated into it as well. So yeah, that's Cargo. So that is it for question 1. Now we'll move on to question 2. So question 2 is another really good one, and it's what do we think of independent horror? Do we think it's hurt the horror genre? Definitely not. I think, again, like the zombie question, if we went back probably 3 to 4 years ago, I would say independent horror is definitely where it's at. And there's been some fantastic independent horror movies released over the years, pretty much across the entire genre. So I think independent horror has been really important, especially in terms of modern stuff. We've seen some fantastic independent horror over the past sort of 10 to 20 years. However, I do definitely want to mention, I think over the course of the past couple of years, the mainstream horror stuff is definitely returning. There's been some absolutely phenomenal mainstream horror movies released in the past couple of years, which is awesome. But I definitely think independent horror plays a really important role within this genre, and if it wasn't for a lot of the independent movie makers out there in terms of horror films, the genre really wouldn't be where it is today. So I think there's definitely room for both. The independent scene is really important, as is the mainstream horror scene as well. So yeah, that is my answer for question 2. So there you go, Jason. That has been my entry. I hope you've enjoyed it. And also, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, but if you're not already subscribed to Jason's channel, Horrific Nightmares JM, I'll leave a link in the description box below. I'm sure all of you know who he is and you're already subscribed, but if not, definitely check him out. Anyway, Jason, once again, congratulations on 900 subscribers and all the best to road to 1K. You certainly should be there in no time, hopefully. You definitely deserve it. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you've enjoyed my entry, and thank you for watching.